Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Oh, I missed you today, didn't I?
That's alright.
Yeah, I've been a little crazy lately.
I'm sure.
But
I know what it is, running a business. You know, I stopped down and talked to Jenny Fields about her office, her council. And I went in there and cops are all over the place.
Really?
When I walked in. That's how freaking arrogant they think they are. They don't care whether they're crime, they do anything to just to try to stop you and block you.
Yeah.
Can you believe it? And she sat there and watched them. There's the Suffolk County stop right there at the 7, pulled in the 7-Eleven as soon as I pulled in there. And then there was an MTA cop drove right by. And I said, see? So she had, but I told her about your situation too. And she's good. I told her you've been stopped 4 times. 4 times after I came in. So, you know, we got to expose these bastards.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I know what to do.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to get on the record, which you, because I was just getting my camera and all that stuff together.
Sure.
And that's probably the only reason they're probably fighting, because they want to kill me. I almost died a few years ago, had major surgeries. I fought for healthcare reform, see a lot of this stuff. I don't know why they're after me. I think they want to recruit me.
Yeah.
I hear all these commercials on TV calling all captains. I was a former captain in the Army. What the fuck? What do they think?
Yeah.
They think the world revolves around them or something.
Yeah.
So just tell me what happened to you that day, if you don't mind, when you said the cops, right after I came in.
Right.
What happened?
Well, first of all, a cop pulled into the parking lot and just was sitting there for a while.
This is what, after I came in, or?
Yeah, after you came in, yes.
And then after I left?
That was later so after you left, so probably about 15 minutes after you left, I left a little bit later. There was a cop there. That same cop that was parked in the parking lot when I left the store, closed up and left, pulled me over. So,
did you get a number on him?
No, I need to know.
Was it Suffolk County?
Suffolk County,
Suffolk County,
yeah,
okay.
Just regular police officer.
I track their numbers now and their license plates.
Well, since you've been saying that, I mean, since the last time it happened 5 times to be specific.
So you say it happened how many times after
5 times.
After I came in? Within
5 times.
Within what, a week's time?
Within 2.5 weeks, I got pulled over 5 times.
And before that,
Before that, I'd never been pulled over really before.
So after I came in...
To be honest with you, I got messed with when I was in high school. That was a long time. I graduated in 2003. And they were doing something then. I don't know what they were doing then, what it was for. I don't know if it was for local things, but they were definitely messing with me. So I know cops do their own investigations. If it's something after, you know, that I'm talking to you, that if they have technology that tracks stuff like that, then it's very well what it is. Because after I was pulled over 5 times, every time I would pass a cop car, they would turn around and follow my car. That leads me to believe that I'm
the targeted.
Yeah, a red flag apparently when I drive past their cars goes up, whether it's on their computer or
and that was,
who knows? Maybe my car is tagged with something. They all have that supposedly nowadays in new cars.
That was after I came in, and I asked you if you would, because I told you I was going to start protesting about what the CIA does, and I asked you to put a sign in your window, and that's when you started getting.
Yeah, actually, yes, correct.
That's when you started getting the harassment.
Correct.
So up to that point, you never had any.
No,
problem?
not in the past, 5 years.
So would you say it was definitely because of me coming in here?
I'd like to say no, but unfortunately, I think so, yes.
And what exactly, you said, what happened at one time? You said 2 came next to you, came across?
I was getting onto Sunrise Highway, which I've never ever seen really cops pulling people around there, getting on and off. And a DT, I was telling my brother about the situation, about him getting pulled over a lot. And as I'm telling him this, a black Crown Victoria, which the Suffolk police used, but black, was going the opposite way, flashed on his lights, turned around, was right on my license plate, pulled on the side of the car, was staring at us through the window. I rolled the windows down, and then he took off out of nowhere. So
he just flashed his lights at you, sort of just to scare you.
Yeah.
And came up with
maybe you know what? How I take it, his intention was to pull me over. However, what he did after that, he pulled up, saw my license, was looking at my license plate, and then pulled up on the side of the car, looked at me. I rolled down my windows because I do have tinted windows on the car, and he looked at us, took maybe 3 more seconds, and then just floored it and took off.
Well,
so he decided not to pull me over for whatever reason it was.
Well, that's happened to me several times. When I first came out here, they would pull up right on my. They would do the same thing. They would see me. I'd turn around, and they'd pull up right behind me, and then hit their lights.
Yeah.
And then they would make a sharp left turn.
World Trade Center 1, when they first bombed it in the early '90s, that was a covert mission. Have you ever read about that mission? About that was directly linked to the CIA. You need to go research that. The CIA's intervention, and it was openly known to a certain degree, reported in the general media, about certain ties to the CIA, of the specific men that went under that building and put the truck in there with the bombs. The first Trade Center. And from what I understand, 2 of the hijackers from that were in Florida, I don't know if you remember from 9/11, were in Florida living together in a home off of a CIA operative's house.
Oh yeah, the whole thing just stinks so bad. Marvin Bush ran all the security for the World Trade Center, and where all the planes came out of the day of the 9/11. I mean, what's the hell? What's the chance of that?
And my dad, it's funny because it's all tied together. My dad is a union worker, and he's working to put the trade centers back up. However, his union was hired for the trade centers before, and they worked the elevators. All of a sudden, 3 weeks before 9/11, they were told that they don't need the union anymore, and they basically fired everybody, all the elevator workers. Now, this makes a lot of sense because if you listen to other witnesses, they say that there was drilling going on in the building. They would come in the morning, just office workers. They would come in the morning. There would be dust on their desks and stuff. So they were drilling, and if listen to Jesse Ventura, which was a Marine.
He's writing from the CIA now too.
Yeah.
He did a short video that when he took office, he had about 15 CIA agents sat him down in a circle and interrogated him.
I heard.
And wanted to know how somebody like him could become governor, and if there were more like him on the way. And he said he had no power to hire or fire these people. They were put on his staff. When he retired, he had nothing to say about replace them. They were there, and they're absolutely not supposed to have any operations or. Their charter does not allow them to operate in this country, but they're in every frickin' state. They run the mafia. They run with the mafia in every state. I'm seeing them crawl out of everywhere. Since I've had them use the mafia to follow me around. These local thugs. They follow me in stores. They follow me everywhere. Skinheads follow me around. You can tell they're mafiosos. They're those little soldiers that have been sent. And this is who they. This is who they run. Who they are. This is what our CIA is. They're the mob of our government.
I feel the same way as the Federal Reserve. I mean, if you study the Federal Reserve, it's basically a mafia-style monopoly on the money supply to this country, and they profit off of it through income tax, which is also unconstitutional. Being taxed on our labor in the Constitution says it shall never happen. It also says that gold and silver should only be used as legal tender. Not meaning that we need to actually have gold, but that it should be attached to a price range. They literally took it over in 1913 and started from then to take control of the money system. And that's what they have done. They created this economy now. They created it. They created the bubble, and then they're creating the crash. Or they're trying to let it down slowly. And we're going to all wake up and not have any money one day. But that's a whole different...
I learned the real reason that Smedley Butler was a hero. He spent the 1930s talking about his experience in the Marine Corps and all of its problems, specifically the ones related to global capital. Today we're still speaking about the same problems that Smedley Butler was speaking about in the 1930s because they haven't gone away.
It's true.
When he came back, he wrote a pamphlet called War is a Racket, and I don't think that anything else says it better than this. War is a racket. It is the only one that is international in scope. It is the only one in which the profits are reckoned in dollars and lives, and it can be smashed effectively only by taking the profit out of war. The city and the federal government had millions and millions of dollars to spend, not only on this war, but on this summit. There are millions of dollars to spend on this summit, and yet there's not enough money to staff the VA and take care of veterans' needs when they come home. So if I could deliver a message to the G20 today, it would be that people cannot be marked down and balanced in corporate budget books.